QualiTest testing provides a comprehensive range of advanced, state-of-the-art, PC-controlled multi-station automatic Vicat needle apparatus systems designed to meet the rigorous demands of cement and gypsum testing laboratories in compliance with ASTM, EN, and DIN standards. This video offers a detailed explanation and step-by-step guidance on configuring and using the apparatus. The temperature of the laboratory, test devices, and materials should be 20 degrees Celsius ± 2 degrees. Relative humidity at least 50%. The apparatus must be set up on a stable, level, and vibration-free surface. The red on-off switch is on the left-hand side. The water tempering control is in the middle, and the green rocker switch for the water tempering pump is on the right. The emergency stop button is on the left-hand side. Make sure this is unlocked. Connect the test unit to the mains with the supplied cable. 110 or 230 volts and 50 to 60 Hertz are possible. On the right-hand side are the communication ports. Left, the PC connection. Right for the supplied handheld device. Connect the cable of the handheld device to the Vicat apparatus and secure the connection. Connect the PC cable to the Vicat apparatus and secure it. Insert the other end into a USB port on the PC. Now install the software. Push the CD into the CD slot. Display the contents in Explorer. The setup file is in the subdirectory Installer Volume. Start the process by double-clicking the Setup .exe file and follow the installation instructions. A link will appear on the desktop. Double-click to start the software. The start screen will open. Now switch on the Vicat apparatus. Connect the PC and apparatus by selecting Connect in the Device menu. To fill the basin, first close both ball valves. In order to place the drain insert in the basin, it's necessary to move the upper part of the Vicat apparatus. To do this, press key F on the hand device. Push the drain insert into the opening in the corner. Through the upper holes, water flows into the tempering system. Complete the process by pressing key C on the hand device. Before filling the basin, remove all Vicat molds. Now pour distilled water into the basin to at least the upper edge of the drain insert. Switch on the green rocker switch for water tempering. The standard control setting is 20 degrees Celsius. Open the venting valve to ensure water discharge and free flow. Carefully insert the filter cartridge and fasten it with 2 knurled screws. It's important that the filter screen is dry, otherwise an air bubble can form under the filter, which can cause the pump to stop. Wet both filters with water, the fine filter first and then the coarse filter. Wetting the filter sponges prevents additional air from entering the system. Check the water level in the basin. Add more water if necessary. The testing apparatus is equipped with a flow sensor. On the hand device, the flow rate is displayed as a percentage. 100% indicates an optimal air-free system. The display can also be seen on the PC. The Sample Pattern tab displays the arrangement of samples for the currently selected test apparatus. Mixing cement and water when making samples releases alkalis. Moist or dry cement must be removed from the skin immediately. Should cement get into the eyes, flush them thoroughly with clean water for at least 20 minutes and seek immediate medical help. Wear protective clothing, rubber gloves, and safety glasses. The standard mixture requires 500 grams of cement. After setting tare, weigh 500 grams of cement to within 1 gram. Measure the distilled water in a measuring cylinder. The quantity is determined by the desired standard consistency. Lightly oiling the Vicat molds and glass plates with mineral oil before the test allows the sample to be removed more easily afterwards. Preparations for mixing standard consistency cement paste. The water and cement to be tested are tipped into a mixer bowl. Use a stopwatch and note the time when the mixer starts. This is what's called zero time. In accordance, for example, with EN 196, the mixer mixes the material for 90 seconds at low speed 1. Depending on the type of mixer, the settings can be made manually or called up with a program. After 90 seconds, the mixer stops automatically for 30 seconds. During this time, any cement paste adhering to the side or bottom of the bowl or to the mixer paddle can be loosened with a suitable rubber or plastic spatula and returned to the middle of the bowl. The mixer then continues to mix the cement paste for another 90 seconds at low speed 1. Using a spatula or spoon and gentle pressure and vibration, the Vicat mold is filled with the cement paste. The surface is struck off flush. The sample is placed in the water bath at measuring point 1. The Vicat fixing ring prevents it from shifting or even floating during the test. Each measuring point can be independently started, ended, or added. The apparatus supports different test cycles and standards in which one of the insertion patterns shown can be combined with one of the selected cycle times. Every sample has its own setting range. Configuration of a sample consists of the following inputs: sample ID and cement type with name, the applicable standard and number of insertions, cycle time and start delay. Settle point, water quantity and comments are optional. The exact zero time must be determined and entered in the software. Incorrectly filled out mandatory fields are highlighted in red. A test can only be started once all mandatory fields have been filled out correctly and the file has been assigned a name and stored. The test results are stored in a file. The second independent sample is configured. After confirming with Save, the test begins on the selected sample. The test start is entered in the sample configuration and a countdown shows the time until the next measurement of this sample. The upper part of the apparatus moves into position. The needle drops down and presses into the sample. The upper part moves back and the needle is cleaned. The second independent sample follows 7 seconds later. The upper part moves into position. The needle drops down and presses into the sample. After the test, the needle is cleaned. The Diagram tab displays the sample configuration and measurements. On the pull-down menu at the upper right, the desired sample or a previous results file can be selected. The flashing indicates that sample 1 is being tested again. The penetrations and penetration pattern can be seen at the end of the test. Additional measuring points can be added and started during testing. A third sample is configured. Mandatory fields such as test standard, cycle time, and zero time are filled out. After 10 minutes, the upper part moves to measuring point 3 and the needle penetrates the sample. The sample overview gives a preview of all ongoing tests, the configurations, and the accumulated measurements. The Diagram tab shows the configuration and measurements of the sample. Initial and final setting times are displayed as 2 vertical labeled cursors, green and red. The respective sets of measurement data are shown in the table in green and red type. By selecting both checkboxes in front of the initial and final setting times entries in the parameter list, these values can be changed or deleted. First, check the value that you wish to change. To change the value, either click on the corresponding curve section in the diagram or the dataset in the table. The following errors can occur during testing. Missing sample due to intentional removal. The measuring point is accessed as planned. The rod falls into a void. Since the measuring range is below the glass plate, the software registers the new penetration depth and checks the measurements. The needle could also be broken. The apparatus is equipped with safety bars that stop movement on contact. A message appears with a more detailed description of the reason for the machine stoppage. The emergency stop can only be cancelled with the PC software. The apparatus then carries out a reference search and continues the measurements. The test apparatus can be switched off completely by pressing the emergency stop button. Unlocking is carried out by turning and pulling. This emergency stop can only be cancelled with the PC software. The apparatus then carries out a reference search and continues the measurements. If the flow falls below 10%, the display begins to flash, indicating that the filter and water circulation require cleaning. Lime scale in the system can also reduce the flow. Clean with citric acid. Switch off the apparatus and eliminate the fault. To remove the filter cartridge, loosen both screws and carefully lift the filter cartridge upwards. Tilt it slightly to let the water drain out. Check the air valve. Once air has been bled out of the system, it should be closed. An open valve will reduce flow. Make sure that the end of the hose is in a collection container. Open both ball valves to drain the water. The flow rate increases again after refilling. A functioning system is indicated by unimpeded valve flow. To change the needle on the rod or the brushes, move to the maintenance position using the PC software. Turn the knob on the flap until the red mark points forward towards you. Only then can the flap be opened. Carefully pull out the rod. Using the supplied Allen key, loosen the needle in the rod. Insert a new needle and secure it. Replace the rod, paying attention to the rod guide. After replacing the needle, the 0-point height on the apparatus should be checked and reset if necessary. There are tests in which the test weight can be increased by adding a supplemental weight. 700 grams are shown here. The weight is attached to the rod. The guide pins on the weight assist attachment and prevent misalignment. Upon completion, exit the dialog window. The upper part returns to its initial position. After switching on, the maintenance position can also be accessed during the reference search by additional activation of key F on the hand device. With key C, continue, the upper part returns to its initial position. To clean the basin, drain the water. Make sure that the end of the drain hose is in a collection container. Open both ball valves. Once the basin has been drained, remove the base plates. Carefully lift them vertically. The basin can now be wiped and cleaned. To replace the cleaning brushes, move the upper part to the maintenance position. The brushes can be removed from the bracket using the supplied Allen key. Pull the brushes upwards and install new brushes. Fasten the brushes with the Allen key. To set 0-point heights or measurement point coordinates, press key D on the hand device immediately after switching on. The needle now travels to different reference points. Installing the base plates helps in later visual alignment. The upper part first moves to the cleaning system in the corner, here point 1. If the needle is not centered on the hole in the cleaning system, it can be corrected. In case of misalignments, press key 1 on the hand device. Otherwise, skip the procedure with key 2. After pressing key 1, a new dialog window appears. The needle position can now be aligned. B means backwards on the axis. F means forward on the axis. E means save. C means continue. The upper part moves back to the position with the altered coordinates, and you can check once more. If consistent, press key 2 on the hand device. To set the 0-point height, the glass plates must be installed. After pressing key 1 on the hand device, the needle is placed on the glass plate several times. The 0-point height is averaged from multiple points. All further measuring points are automatically accessed. This is position 3. Measuring point 4 is accessed. Confirm correct execution with key 2 on the hand device. All values are stored internally in the test apparatus. Several models can be equipped or retrofitted with additional washing and cleaning points. After switching on the main switch, press key C on the hand device. A selection query for further options follows. When retrofitting at point 1, press key 1. The reference points are accessed and stored. Subsequently, the apparatus is ready for use.